What's happening, YouTube community? This is old Don coming to you from Don's Model Car Garage. Uh, I know it's been probably about 8-10 months since I've posted a video, and just life's been rough the past few months, and I've kind of kept to myself. I've been working somewhat at the workbench. I'm in the process of having to move again, so it's got things kind of crossed up. But enough with all the day-to-day life dramas. This is one of my current projects I'm working on right now. I should have it painted within, I'd say, a week to 10 days. Started with AMT's 70 Cornet Super B kit. I've added a turbo bulge, resin turbo bulge hood scoop to it, all molded in. I've done a scratch-built front air dam to for air control. This will be a turbo car, so it'll have bull horns coming out of the flanges you see here on the front fenders. And it's got one of my scratch-built wings added to it. I've had to go through the plastic that I had salvaged around here to actually build the wing. I'm running low on materials and funds both, so I got to do what I got to do with what I've got at hand. And yes, this will be a slot car body when it's finished. Still doing those. I've backed off a little bit. Trying to dial things down and try to get some personal stuff a little bit in better order. And I've got a few I'm working on. There's this one, and then I've got a 2012 Corvette that I'm doing for a gentleman out west. It's the hood's, well, it's the kit hood I've lengthened, goes clear back to the windshield now. We'll flip it over here. You can see where I've added onto it back to here. This is all done in 40 thousandths and then blended in, along with the hood scoop scratch built out of 40 thousandths. If I can get it to fall back into place. And there we go. I took out the back side of the grill opening and just added in a piece of 20 thousandths to just smooth it up. I still want to see the pattern where the grill and the corner turn signal marker lights went. Just didn't want them in there. And then brought the lower portion of the front bumper down and outward a little bit. And then added the little, this thing's got several names. We basically call it the Peter Cheater, or the Cheater Peter. It's for short-nosed drag cars to kind of even things up with the longer-nosed cars. These cannot be any more than 10 inches in length on the real car. And it's got, again, another one of my scratch-built wings. This one, along with the Super B, will be getting painted soon. About the only thing I have finished up this year, model-wise, is my little 57 Chevrolet Tootle Hardtop Bel Air. Ooh, the camera is way too high. Okay, she's gonna jiggle, but let's get something to set it on. But this is the AMT kit. Actually, this was a parts box build of several AMT 57 Chevrolets. I've been gathering stuff. I did it in a late 60s, early 70s street strip style with the radius quarters, the drag masters. It's not a straight axle front end. It's the kit front end set at its tallest ride height. The color is called True Burgundy with a, I believe that was almond I used on the roof. And it's got automotive 2K clear on it. The color is actually a craft paint that I got. I believe I got the paint at Walmart. It was a fun little car to build. It's an idea I had in my head for quite some time, and again, just got down, finally got after it. It's pretty much box stock. Few kit parts box swap parts, but nothing way out there. Let's see if I can get the hood off of it. It's not 100% finished. I've got a couple of doodads I've got to put on it under the hood, but it's the kit small block with a set of Corvette valve covers added to it. 2/4 setup from a Corvette kit, as well as the headers. I try to do just a simple, clean builds. They're strictly shelf models. It came out, like I said, pretty decent. The interior is from the kit. I just added, let's see if I can get some. It's got a 57 Corvette steering wheel. The shifters from the parts box. And I drilled some holes in to give it that older look. The roll bars from the kit. I played around doing some bare metal foiling on the dashboard. You can kind of see it in there. The interior is done basically in the same colors as the body. It's a fun little car to build. The undercarriage, as you see, I haven't finished hooking the exhaust up, but it's from the kit. The front suspension was chrome. When I assembled it, I made sure this part here got painted black like it's supposed to be. You know, the rear end, everything, like I said, is all from the box. Just a fun little car to put together. Looks good on a shelf. These are the kind of things I like to build. And I've got plans for more cars in this fashion. Also, the current model project for the bench is my little 93 Ford Ranger. Building basically what I would like to build to have sitting in my driveway. It's the 93 kit. I modified the front I-beams to give it a 3-inch drop in the front. Flipped the rear axle on the springs to give it a 4-inch drop in the back to set it somewhat level. The wheels and tires are from the one of the various AMT Revell 32 Ford kits. The color on this one's actually a rattle can. It's Tester's One Shot Lacquer, the Star Spangled Blue. Like I said, it was. I'd love to have one of these with the 302 and an automatic overdrive, and some of the small creature comforts. And that's kind of what I'm going with this one. The bed cover comes with the kit. Just painted it to match. Inside the bed's done up. It's all painted pretty decent. We're still a ways from finishing this one, but I'll get it there. But I also started scratch building a snug top camper shell to go on it, and it's come along pretty good. There's still a good bit of work to do on it, but it's getting there. It's all built out of sheet plastic. It just took some time to shape and fit it. I'll be putting side windows in it. The rear hatch will work, I hope, and all that kind of thing. But just a simple, clean build. The kit can be somewhat. I had a lot of fit issues. I spent a lot of time sanding and fitting and sanding, but it's nothing spectacular underneath. Again, this is going to be a shelf model. I thought about building a little camper to drag behind it too. We'll see. We'll just see what the future holds. But that's kind of what I've been doing lately. Thank you, Fred Henry, for giving me a little shout out earlier in your live chat. I'll try to muster up enough stuff to do a few more videos here and there. Thank you for all that have subscribed to me. Thank you for those reviewing the video. If you get a chance, subscribe me. I'll try to subscribe you back. Remember, folks, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Let's be kind to each other and enjoy this wonderful hobby. Y'all take care and talk to you again soon. Bye.